the question, I think, was about the news of the Moderna vaccine.
Yes, exactly.
That is quite encouraging. We've just heard about the interim results from the press release from Moderna. It's a fairly detailed press release. And we know that in the interim analyses, it appears that the vaccine has a protective efficacy of over 90%. It's about 94%. Of course, we need to wait and see what the final efficacy and the safety profile of this vaccine will be when the whole data is analyzed after they reach their primary endpoint and also have enough follow-up of at least 2 months of half the trial participants for the side effects. And that will then be submitted to the regulatory agencies. As far as the COVAX facility is concerned, we're working very closely with Gavi and CEPI. The facility has been established, and the facility is discussing with vaccine manufacturers from around the world. We're open to procurement of vaccine doses. There are criteria, of course, for the procurement, and there is an independent prioritization group that's been set up that will look at the dossiers, that will look at the data that manufacturers are submitting. And then there are the cost considerations as well. There's the affordability, and then there are practical considerations like the need for cold storage, the number of doses of vaccine that will be required, the ease of the number of doses that may be available early in 2021. So there will be, apart from efficacy and safety, other considerations that the facility will consider when making a decision on whether or not to go ahead with the contract. So at this point, there is, we cannot announce anything further about which companies there are negotiations going on, of course, with several at the moment. And one very encouraging thing is to see that at least with the 2 mRNA vaccine results that we've heard, Pfizer and Moderna, that we seem to be achieving high efficacy. But there are many, many questions still remaining about the duration of protection, the impact on severe disease, the impact on different subpopulations, especially the elderly, as well as the adverse events beyond a certain period of time. So we also hope that the clinical trials will continue to collect data, because that's really going to be important for us to know about in the long term. And we're looking forward to getting more results in the coming weeks from the other vaccine trials that are currently in progress. Over.
Thank you, Dr. Swaminathan. Dr. O'Brien, do you have something to add?
Thank you. The only thing I would add to that really good explanation from Dr. Swaminathan is that the delivery characteristics of vaccines are also important. We will be looking really carefully at the ease with which different vaccines can be delivered, and certainly about the number of doses that are required. This is a 2-dose vaccine, and certainly any vaccine that can achieve a 1-dose vaccine is certainly easier to deliver than a 2-dose vaccine. And of course, the cold chain characteristics are also important. So information from the Moderna vaccine about its requirements of both -20 and then refrigeration for a period of what they're indicating, maybe a month period, is welcome news as well.